the fullness of Torah. The fullness of Torah. It says in the book of Psalms that the law of the Lord is perfect. The Torah is perfect. If you don't believe that, just read Psalm 119, the whole thing. The whole poem is a paean of praise to God's law. From the vantage point of Israel, from the vantage point of Scripture, the law of the Lord is perfect. In Hebrew, Torat Adonai Tamima. James, otherwise known as Yaakov, the Messiah's brother in the Brit Chadashah, says that the Torah is the perfect law that gives freedom. That's really a Hebrew pun. Most of you wouldn't know that, but let me tell you why. The word for freedom in Hebrew is cherut. And the word for carved, as in the fact that the words of the Ten Commandments were carved on tablets of stone by the very finger of God, that word for carved is charut. And James, Yaakov, is making a pun, one that appears in rabbinic writings, and he's saying that the reason that we say it's charut, carved in stone, is because it is the law of cherut, the perfect law that gives freedom. Maybe you come from a social context that is used to thinking of God's law as kind of icky. Well, let me tell you, get over it. Because there's nothing icky about God's law. Because if God's law is icky, what is it saying about God? We don't dare say he's icky, do we? No, we shouldn't. Maybe you remember the story in the beginning of the Gospel of Luke, in the Brit Chadashah, about the parents of someone known as Yochanan HaMatbil, a.k.a. John the Baptist. We read of them at the very beginning of the Gospel of John that they walked in all the commandments and ordinances of the Torah blameless. The Torah was not a pathway to destruction for them. It was not a pathway to frustration. They were able to walk in all the commandments and ordinances of the Torah blamelessly. Does that mean they never committed a sin? Of course they did. We all do. But when they committed a sin, they availed themselves of the resources that the Torah provided, the sacrificial system. And they could walk in God's perfect law that gives freedom blamelessly. So again, grab your finger. That's the first fullness of God, the fullness of Torah.